Hey everybody, I want to do something a little different this week. I'm going to showcase a piece of my gear, and it's something that you sort of don't see a lot of. At least I didn't. I suspect many of you may not have seen this or had a chance to play through an amp like this. Many of us are accustomed to Fenders and Marshall and Box in terms of the classics. But Gibson was making amplifiers in the 50s and 60s and on as well. This guy is a 1965 Gibson Falcon. It's a 15 watt 1x12 speaker powered by two 6L6s. And this was actually owned by a fantastic studio player here in Nashville named Tom Bukovac. And he was selling this about 6 months ago, and I just happened to be looking for it at that time. Big fan of his. He doesn't need any help from me, but link to his channel is down below. If you haven't checked out Tom's channel, please do. He's awesome. Awesome guy and awesome player. But he was selling this, and I picked it up. It was just too good to pass up. It's really interesting. It's just a little bit different. It's got volume, but they call it loudness. One volume, one tone control. It's got reverb and tremolo. Just interesting qualities to it. On the back, in the cavity here, there's a little slot for the foot switch to slot into. It's just, there's things that are just sort of unique and different about it. It's got this sort of black weave alligator skin kind of thing on it. I don't know, it just looks really cool. But went and checked it out, plugged my 335 into that, and gave it a whirl, and man, really blew me away. Clean sound, great. And it dirties up fantastic, like really surprising. And it's just one of these amps, there's no master volume. If you want the dirt and the grit, you just turn it up, and you definitely get that. And it's way more powerful than I was expecting. So I'm gonna give you a chance to hear that. I'm gonna play my Strat through this, clean and dirty, and then same thing with my Les Paul and my Gibson ES 335. I'll give you a chance to hear all that too. But I think you'll be really surprised with the breadth that this thing offers. Yeah, let's give it a go. So without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, well that was that. This little 15-watt guy can really rock. I find that it really does it does that big rock tone great. And it sort of sounds like everything that you plug into this, at least for me, sort of wants to gravitate towards that, you know, the era of this amp, like the 60s. So it does that surf stuff really well. It does that sort of, you know, classic overdriven sound when rock started to really go in that direction. Like it does that really well. You know, it's not going to replace a huge plexi Marshall. It's not going to get to that sort of side, and it's not going to get the sort of sparkly chimey clean or the sparkle chime that you're accustomed to with Vox. And it's a different bird from the Fenders. It's different than the Fender Tweeds. Different than the Fender Blackface. It's sort of in between a little bit to my ear, but it definitely sits in a place all its own. But anyway, I wanted to showcase that for you. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I think this amp is a real sort of sleeper. I think it flies under the radar a little bit. If you see this on Reverb or eBay or somebody selling this locally, or you see it in a vintage shop, really give it a try. It's quite a little ride. You know, it's if you want the dirt, you just turn it up and you get it. I didn't play any on here, but it takes pedals great. I put everything through it that, I would normally do. It takes the full, sonic landscape that I could give it, from chorus to, harmony, and much more overdrive and fuzz and delays. It handles it well. So if you see one, try it out. Highly recommend it. But let me know what you think. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you want to hear more about some of the gear review that I can do here. I've got tons of Blackface Fenders, so I'll do that all day long. But I wanted to showcase this one for you. It was something you just sort of don't see very often, so there you go. It's a 1965 Gibson Falcon. All right, take care, everybody.